Hello, hello, hello. You all are well. Hope you all are doing great and fine. Today is the full moon in Aries, so I'm very excited for that for all of you, for all of us, especially the reading we got in regards to that on Wednesday. But today we'll be doing the monthly long readings for October up until November for all of the elementals. So right now we'll go ahead and get into the water. I do want to let you know, which I'll be doing on every video, is that I will be moving my days from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to just Monday and Friday, and then just still astrological special days. So just want to look out for that because that is what will be the date changes with my new schedule, as well as I think that was it. Yeah. So just Mondays and Fridays will be the new days. And then, of course, I'll still do the special astrological days. So, like, comment, subscribe before we get into this. Share, let it all know, and let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to go ahead and start with the Proverbs. We're going to be doing the water signs, which is Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. This can be applied to your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus for the month of October, okay, until we get into November. Okay, so October 1st to November 1st, we're going to see what is the proverb for the water signs of Pisces. I want to say Aries, but it's just Aries energy. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, okay? Alrighty. So let's just go ahead, Spirit, and get the proverb for the water signs for the month of October. What is a proverb for the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio for the month of October? Alrighty. So water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, you have the number 7. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and dive into that and what that means for you for the month of October. We have the army. Above earth, below water. The collective power of the people to defend themselves lies within the quiet populace as water lies underground, waiting to be tapped. An army is not always active. It rises to action in times of need. A righteous cause will pull people together to work for the good of all. A wise and just leader will inspire discipline. Just the affirmation of the italics are water deep in the earth, power waiting to be used. Okay? So this is letting you know that with you gathering your resources, your alignment, especially with the full moon and gathering where you are, what you want to do, what you want to be, how you want to use your self-service energy, your gifts, how you want to provide that information. That is you building a community. That is you building an army, right? It's kind of like you are just living your purpose, and that builds a reputation for you, right? In the sense of when time is needed for it to take action, they'll be ready to do that for you. They'll speak on your behalf. They'll be ready to support you. They'll be ready to work with you. That is just a thing of when you are allowing yourself to have that collective power. It allows you that when the time is present, you can be the wise and just leader that can inspire the discipline in order to make sure that this issue is handled, right? It could be actual humanitarian issue. It can be wanting to go out there and do a self-service thing for the community. It can be those things, but either way, you putting yourself out there continues to allowing yourself to tap into that Virgo energy from the full moon reading, and allowing yourself to take in that collectively is allowing you to build an army, right? And sometimes the army could just be community, your chosen family, new friends, new aspects, but it's the sense as you are living in yourself, right? And it's going to allow you that when it is time to rise to that action, rise to that power, not only will you be ready, but the community that you have built based off of your reputation, your purpose, your truth, and living your life is going to be there with you. Okay? So again, water deep in the earth, power waiting to be used, and that is you waiting in the earth. Like I said in the previous readings, when your seed is in the ground, it can seem dark, but it is just a matter of it is taking its moment to bloom, to prosper. And water is what makes the earth bloom and prosper and grow and have that foundation, okay? Because even in Arizona right now, cacti are dying because there's not enough water and they can survive in high heat. So certain things where it's just a matter of recognize your power, water signs, recognize what you are able to utilize, how far your reach is, because you are the water, the flow, You are also the death, right? Because water is about death, rebirth, life, because it is continuous. It is the longest thing that's been here. So it's this means of recognizing that just because it may seem like, oh, I'm just doing the same thing again, which is finding beauty in the mundane, or I'm just doing this and that or whatever. It's a means of you recognizing who is in your circle, who is in your community, who is around you. Do they have the same ideas as you, the same morals? Do they want you to do the same thing? Are they here for the community? Are they here for the earth? It's things of that sort. When you allow that, you are able to build that army, right? And that army, again, can just be your community, your family, your friends, your chosen family, anything of that sort. It is you living your purpose, and that is wanting them to follow you based off the reputation that you have built for yourself alone. Okay, so time to start tapping into your power, especially since the last reading was the taming power of the great. And this is saying again at the end, a righteous cause will pull people together to work for the good of all. So again, when you are continuously living in your truth and your purpose and being you, when you're like, this is what we should do, this is how I should operate, this is how we should go, it is again a wise and just leader will inspire discipline. So as long as you are doing that continuously, and again, like the full moon reading that we did on Wednesday, it's a means of recognizing I don't need to be meek. I don't need to hide myself away just because I'm within the earth. I also need to ride rawhide or micromanage or be rude or abrasive because I have this power and I recognize it, right? It's a means of using that power again in a, I wanted to say a cunning way, but in a charming way. That subtle persuasion. And that subtle persuasion again is just you living your life, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and pull out. I'm going to do things a little bit differently today, become somewhat the same. So we're just going to do a animal card. We're going to see what energy you are going to be emitting and or projecting of the animal spirit, okay? So we're just going to see what animal spirit you will be holding within you or operating in within the month of, I want to say January. I don't know, maybe January is significant to you. You can have a birthday in January. Ignore me. You can know somebody whose birthday is in January. Sorry, that's what I meant. January can be significant because maybe you're thinking about moving. Maybe you're thinking about changing careers. Maybe that is where the time limit is up of what you're giving yourself. Maybe that's where you're like, this is where I'm going to start over again, but I'm just hearing January quite clear cut. So again, we're just going to see what animal spirit energy you are going to be exuberating during the month of October to November, water signs. Okay, so spirit, what animal energy for the water, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio for the month? Did y'all see that? That was like 6 cards. What are they exuberating? What are they possessing? What will help them in the month of October? All right. It is not Ruby. That is a really pretty kitty though. So we have the water energy, which is the octopus, and the octopus is someone that sometimes feels like they have to get involved in other people's issues a little bit more often than not in order to feel like this is how they share, this is how they dive in. And it's a means of you don't have to bare your soul, all your information, or do all this stuff, right? Especially if you're expecting somebody else to do it in return. It's a means of you can still be you and that fluidity. But we're going to go ahead and pull this up. So the key words for the octopus, again, this is the energy that you may be omitting when be operating in, and well, of course it has an in and out of balance. So this will also let you know what will and won't work for you within the month of October as well, even though I'm going to do that in the other cards, so don't worry about that. But this is just the animal energy that you are going to be omitting and exuberating in the month of October. Bless me, okay? So, again, it is reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. And if we're thinking about a wise leader that has to take charge and lead an entire army for an issue that needs to be dealt with, a social issue, civil issue, whatever type of issue that it is, or a problem, or being able to take charge, you have to recognize that you have to have boundaries within yourself and towards others. And that way you can lead yourself in the right direction. Because if you don't have any boundaries you're willing to accept and or take on anything, And that can not only cause harm to you, but to the army and community and the people that are also surrounding you. And that yearning feeling is reaching out and feeling like you're missing something, right? That you don't have something. And it's a means of feeling like I can't operate without this. It's yearning, it's wanting, it's that Three of Swords. It's that meaning of, I'm reaching out, I'm here, and instead of recognizing I am, and can tap into the divine feminine, which is that water energy as well, and just be receptive to receiving what is from me. Okay, so it says it signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Okay, it says unfortunately this results in well-intended but messy relationships. Like I said, you have to make sure that when you are doing that, you are not putting you or your community army at risk because of you trying to do things. I meant this with the best of heart, the best of intentions. I know that this will work out. I know that this will be good, or I just felt, or I just thought. We want to make sure that just because something is well intended doesn't mean that it's going to go out. I always say intentions mean shit. It's the actions that we take on. It's the actions that we receive. So make sure that you are making sure that your actions and your intentions are also lining up with somebody else's boundaries in that aspect. There you go. He's at the door. Okay. So, it says the octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. Like I said, it's a means of just because you are trying to build a community of people and things of that sort, you don't want to be yearning for something like you're missing something. As in, like I said, you do something in a means of not recognizing that you can just be receptive to this as long as you are continuously being yourself, honoring your boundaries, honoring your mindset, your morals, your makeup, okay? So again, you just intertwining yourself in other people's relationships because you're wanting a relationship is you dismissing the healthy boundaries that actually build relationships, right? It's like, oh, I did this, why ain't they? It's just a means of, you want to make sure that you're operating in a means of this person is a reflection of me, but they are not an extension of me. They are not me, okay? So taking that in as well. So it says they believe that that's what it means to be close. They literally put that in parentheses, being intertwined in other people's business and sharing your own without any restraint. Or should I, like I said with the Virgo energy, should I be sharing this energy with this person, my gifts, my talents, my resources? Is this what is going to be valuable for me later on and for us later on? Is this something that is worth collaboration? Like I said, when you're yearning and reaching for something, you'll just accept anything. And that causes you again to lack boundaries and sense of self. Okay, so if you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of the octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. Again, it's that recognition of where am I spending my time, my energy, my collective. You are meant to be leading something, whether you think you're not, right? It could just be like, oh, I always thought this, and then you start talking about it and more people want to get behind it, and now you're leading something. Or now you're wanting to get involved with community issues or problems or with things of that sort. It's a means of you recognizing, am I drained around this person? Do I feel liberated? Do I feel inspired? Do I feel acknowledged? It's all of these things. It's that recognizing. So instead of you yearning just to be around people and sharing this information because this is what will make us close and diving in, it's just means of, do I even want to be close with this person? Does this person want to be close with me? So in this aspect, for your reading so far, it is gathering that you need to be mindful of the relationships that you are so willing to keep and have just to have them and say that you have them, right? That's why I was really stickler before we started this of making the list of what you do want in your life, what you don't want in your life, what you believe that you have in yourself, what you want to change, what you want to operate, your environment, how you want it to look, how you want it to feel, because it's a meaning of when you are starting to look at yourself and how things are operating, it's a means of taking that in as well. So that way, again, you can establish those healthy boundaries. Okay, so be patient and firm because it may be a very old habit to change. That's what it says. So, again, this is the octopus energy, what you will be having. So, when you are in balance with the octopus energy, right, is you are interested in others. You're interested in lots of things. You're interested in expansion. You're interested in growth. You're interested in uncomfortability. You're interested in acknowledging things. You're interested. You're intrigued, right? You're pulled in. It's not a yearning feeling of wanting something that isn't there. It's being interested in what is there, your life, the people in it, and your environment. It is engaged. It is connected, right? It is allowing yourself to pair that with your mind and your body. I think the octopus has like 5 hearts or something. So it's a means of, the reason I'm bringing up is it's a means of taking that in and recognizing that you have so much love and power and emotion and devotion to people and loyalty. It's a means of sometimes that can cloud, especially for water signs, intuition, truth, fact. It can also cloud you in actually being able to be reliable and dependable and trustworthy because it's in the means of you are reaching out to everybody, being around everybody, just giving so willingly. It's a means of now you want these connections to be as special as you feel like you're making them. In all honesty, it's not making them that special because of that. So when you are engaged, you are actually interested and you are involved. You are involved with this person. Like I said, this is why you want to make sure, like those Virgo cards for the full moon, that you are worthy of being around people and around things and opportunities that are for you. And that is why at this moment it is time to give of your service, give of your voice, give of your opinions, give of your wisdom, your lessons, while still keeping some boundaries, recognizing who you're drained around, recognizing the energy, recognizing the reciprocation of that, okay? Because when you are engaged, if we're thinking about it in a marriage sense, you are connected with this person. You are involved with this person. This person's life is now intertwined with yours. And especially if that could be an issue, which it says it intertwines itself in other people's relationships, you want to make sure that you are doing that in a way that's engaged, but not overbearing and needing things of that sort. Because the octopus is also intelligent. Like I said, sometimes with water signs, it can lead to that delusion, to fantasy, to not really trusting in that intuition, to that yearning feeling, that wanting, that longingness, that nostalgia, things of that sort. But you have to add into that as well as intelligence, facts, truth, reality, right? So that way you can be grounded, so that way you can be rooted. Like I said, the water, like it said, the water is beneath the earth, but it is still operating, it is still healing, it is still allowing itself to move as well, and it's still allowing itself to feed into the trees, into the flowers, into the bushes, into the plants. It's not having its power, but it is also recognizing that depending on where I go and how I operate, I can dry up, I can be contaminated, and you have to be intelligent with what you're doing and the moves that you are making, especially if you will be leading an army. And don't think of an army as like that. It's a means of now you are leading yourself in a direction, and there again, like I said, you will be inspiring people with your discipline of that. Okay? So, because when you're out of balance, you are needy. You always need people around. You always need to be reassured. And then not, it's okay to be reassured, but always needing that means you're always going outside of yourself for that, for comfort in making the decisions. I don't know if that was right. What do you think? What do you think? How do you feel? How did that make you feel? It's like, how did that make you feel? How did that go? And that's again, you're doing this and you're sharing this as a means of being close, and it's a means of you going further away from yourself. Okay? So you're needy. You're needy for people, needy for money, needy for sex, needy for love, whatever it is, you become needy. It's like, I gotta have it. And that causes you to cloud your judgment and healthy boundaries for yourself and for others. You can be clingy. Where were you? How did that go? Can I come with you? I want to go. You want to come with? It's like this. There's no separation of self. And it's quite hard to be interested in people and things of that sort if you're always with them. It's like, oh, I know what we did today because we were together. That's why a lot of relationships and couples that have lasted a long time, they say they have different interests, they have different hobbies, they have different friends, they have different jobs. So that way when they come back together, it's not only a great conversation of that, it's a means of we don't feel like we got to be like clean ground. where there is no separation between me and you. And that is not what it means to be close. And the last one is lacks courage. Like I said, when you are going through this and you're going outside of yourself, questioning yourself, and not as rooted as you feel like you need to be and or are, right? It's a means of you lacking courage to speak up, to be that leader, to take control, to share your gifts, your knowledge, your experience, right? All of these things. It's taking that on for yourself in that recognition. So to bring into balance, you want to have space to oneself. So take some time. If you need certain days off, and I'm not talking about from work, I'm talking about from people, do that. Because you need that. If you need to walk around at night, if you need to have a little time in the morning, if you just need Tuesdays or Wednesdays to yourself, allow yourself to have space to yourself. So that way you can recharge your energy. So that way you can hone in on your own energy and just reflect. But it also allows you to enjoy the company of yourself without feeling needy or clingy with other people. Without feeling like you're grasping at straws to keep connections if you're not oversharing. Right? Space to oneself allows you to recognize yourself, who you are, love on yourself, like yourself, and just enjoy your own company. So that way, again, when you are around others, you can recognize, are they draining my energy? Are they being shady all the time? Why are they doing it? Are they being sneaky? And it's a means of recognizing this isn't healthy for me and the boundaries that I've set, so it can't be healthy for them. Okay? And then also talk therapy. That can be talking with a friend. That can be talking to a therapist. That can be talking to a random stranger. Because sometimes apparently it's easier to say to a stranger than somebody that you're trying to get close with. Whatever the case, just start there talking out loud. If you're feeling something, just speaking it and letting it out and just say, okay. So that way you can operate from that point and from there, okay? So again, I'm going to read, when you are in balance, you are interested in others, in yourself, in your life, and your environment. You are engaged, you are intrigued in political issues, social issues, people, the environment in your life, as well as yourself. You are committed to it and loyal to it without resisting or neglecting yourself. You are intelligent. You are able to look at a decision and make a wise one and make a wise choice. You are able to use your past lessons and acknowledgement from that, as well as recognizing you don't know a lot and being able to explore on that as well. When you are out of balance, you are needy of others, of assistance, of reassurance. You are clingy to people, to their life, to their environment, and everything that they have without thinking for yourself. And you lack courage. You lack inner strength. You lack resilience of recognizing you can do things. So to bring that into balance is space to oneself. He's so cute. Space to oneself in talk therapy, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get what is and isn't working for you, okay? So Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, we're going to get what is and isn't going to work for you for the month of October until you reach November, okay? We already know what energy you're exuberating. We already know the proverb. So let's go ahead and see what is and isn't going to work for you in regards to that information, okay? Spirit, what is and isn't working for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio? What isn't working for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio? What isn't working for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio for the month of October? What isn't working? All of these are major arcana cards. I'm just going to show you this one. It says patience, which is funny because that's exactly what the octopus said you needed, was patience. Sorry. I'm also Cancer, if that helps. All right. What is working for the Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio for the month of October? What is working for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio for the month of October? What is going to work? is going to work for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio for the month of October. Alrighty, we got 2 for what is going to work, but these are very powerful, like you, like the Proverbs have been saying. You are very powerful. So we're going to go ahead and get into what isn't working. These are all major arcana cards, and we're going to go ahead and get into that. So we got 2, 3, 14, and 12. Okay, as the numbers up top, we're just going to go ahead and get into them. Okay, so for the first one, we have intuition. Okay, intuition is about trusting yourself. It's about understanding yourself, leading yourself with courage, with bravery, with assurance, with strength, with patience, with grace. It is allowing yourself to trust that when I'm feeling something is off, or that this is the right decision to make, this is the right move, I should or shouldn't say something, I should or shouldn't be, that is what it is leading you. It says, with so much information in this world vying for your every thought, it's easy to ignore or fail to acknowledge your insights. Like I said, when you're going outside of yourself, water signs, it sometimes can cause a lack of trusting, like I said, in your intuition, doubting yourself, because now you're not relying on who you are in the true depths of the water essence, right? Of that, and is now allowing you to go outside of yourself for a sense of, for a source, for being your own source. Sorry. Okay? It says synchronicities and so-called coincidences are powerful signs that intuition is knocking on your door. Have you heard a phrase or saying repeated by more than one person today? So whenever you heard this, or whenever you listen to this, always answer these questions. They may seem silly, like I said, it may seem like they said, so-called coincidences, but answer these questions, right? Especially so that way you can allow yourself to, what can you hone in on? It allows you to recognize the gifts that you may have and or explore new ones that you didn't recognize that you had. Answering these questions allows you that true introspection of recognizing yourself, so that way when you need to rely on your intuition, you're like, I already answered this question. I already know it because I feel it and I recognize it, okay? So, it says, do the same numbers keep showing up in your life? The synchronicities of that. And it's not just 111, 222, 333. It can be your birthday. It can be the time that you were born, right? It can be the zip code of where you were. It's so many things of how far it can go, because numbers are obviously infinite. So when you are actually honing in on your skills and not just being around any and everybody, like the octopus energy, to feel close, to feel connected, to feel engaged with others, it allows you to truly be intelligent. It allows you to truly be in charge, right? It allows you to truly be engaged and interested in things, because you recognize this isn't going to sway me and what I may need or need not to choose, okay? So, it says, has someone mentioned the name of a specific individual whom you were just thinking of? These are all signs for you to pause, be open, and pay attention, okay? So I'm going to read the questions again without me explaining and things. First question is, have you heard a phrase or saying repeated by more than one person today? Question 2, do the same numbers keep showing up in your life? Question 3, has someone mentioned the name of a specific individual whom you were just thinking of? Okay? It says, this is a perfect time to seek answers from within. Turn inward, where you'll find the solutions and viable insights that are waiting to assist you. When you learn to use and trust your intuition, you'll begin to have a sense of not only the right timing, but you'll also begin to perceive people and situations with a deeper and more discerning eye. You'll not only observe beneath, like a proverb, and beyond what's actually in front of you, you'll see the real deal. And like I said, sometimes with water signs, it can lead to this delusion or fantasy, because it's like we're seeing so deep into people sometimes, or we're seeing on the surface level of ourselves, and then we project it onto others. And that, with us being the reflection, the water, the depths, the intuition of things of that sort, when we don't rely on it, it can cause issues. But when we do, it causes power, it causes strength, causes assurance. Like it said, that guidance of knowing the right time, the right people, the right circumstance. Okay. In the traditional tarot, it is the high priest. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead. There we go. It's the high priest. Now we're going to 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay. Which is fertility. Okay. Which is that abundance. Which is planting that seed, like I said in the beginning, and watering it and nourishing it. Okay. It says manifestations of growth is on the horizon. You're the creator, and the seeds that you have planted in the past, whether they were happiness, comfort, abundance, prosperity, family, children, ideas, or even thoughts, are now ready to give birth into the world. Be patient. Again, be patient. You never want to rush yourself, because then you miss your intuition. You hump right over it. You miss over the facts, the acknowledgement. You miss over how your body's reacting. And that can lead you to be out of balance with the octopus energy, where now you're needing people. You're being needy. You're feeling reliant. You're feeling clingy. And it's just, in a sense, it's just not working for you. Okay? So, nurture them as they become strong and healthy. Okay? Open yourself up to the life forces of the universe, as this represents femininity, like I said, which is water energy, receiving, being confident, being sure, a well-liked person, rooted and grounded, okay? And Mother Earth, who's calling to you. The arms of her beauty are reaching out. She wants to embrace you on her seashores, mountains, forests, gardens. Go to her and meet her. Oh my God, I was at the water last night in my dream. I gotta do my voice note, but that's a different story for a different day. Acknowledge that the same energy that makes up the heaven, earth, plants, animals, and mineral kingdom is also a part of you. So start nurturing yourself and infuse your soul with love and compassion. Soon others will see and feel your devotion. Like I said, when you're living in your purpose, your truth, you're being honest, people want to follow you. This is why I said they said it's an army, and I'm saying it's a community. It's relationships. You are now engaged with these people because of that. Okay? Because of them being able to see that. As you interact with others around you now, or even in your midst, or even if you're in the midst of solving a problem, use gentle care and kindness as you handle such situations. Okay? Whether that be with yourself, or whether that be with others. Okay? This isn't a time for you to be inconsiderate, possessive, domineering, forceful, or pushy, which again are those things that kind of lead back to that octopus energy if you are feeling out of balance. Okay? It says act from the loving space of the heart center, which is why they have 5 hearts, because it's a means of recognizing how deep your love is rooted within yourself and how that can be extended to others. Okay? It says the benevolent energy that resides there will assist you in making sacrifices that is hilarious in order to care for and help others as well as yourself. In the traditional arcana, this is the Empress. So you got the High Priest, feminine energy. The Empress, feminine energy. They're telling you to be patient and strong, which is beautiful. They're telling you that you may have to make sacrifices so that you can have the fertility of that, right? So that you can have that abundance and growth. And it's so funny because they keep mentioning patience and sacrifice, and those are the last 2 cards that you have, is patience and sacrifice. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and read sacrifice, since that is the number 12. Okay, it says powerful achievements are usually born as a result of great sacrifice. This card represents self-sacrifice in a time when you should look around your life to see what needs to be released. Okay, especially if you're thinking about the octopus, it has 8 hands and those suctions, and they're really tight. But sadly, even when people eat octopus or squid, they have because even if they're dead, it can still stick to the throat because they're that attached They're that strong, they're that powerful, and even in death, they cannot die, right? So it's this means that you have to recognize that you have to sacrifice things. That will have to happen, but the more that you fight it, the more it's going to come to you in a way that you don't want, versus you being able to be free and release and let go and feel that abundance, okay? So you'll again want to look around your life and not feel like everything you have to keep, everyone you have to keep, every thought, every pattern, every habit. Oh, I've always been like this. I've always done this. Why? Don't do that. You have to sacrifice something because that leads to the greater good, okay? It says, by surrendering and letting go, there will be more room to receive. The rewards for this are transformation, wisdom, gratitude, and enlightenment. It says this signifies that there's a situation happening or about to occur in your life and you can't control the outcome. This would be a good moment to pause, rest, have patience. Patience is a virtue, water signs, and I need you to recognize that. Reflect and meditate. It will be wise to stand back so you can learn to look at events with a more understanding, intuitive eye. Which is why they want you to take some time for yourself. They want you to do that self-reflection, do that talk therapy, so that way, again, you can release not only what's inside of you, but what is outside of you that isn't working. Okay? I was like, that is not the page I'm on. Okay, try to view people, issues, or problems from a different perspective. If you can achieve this, it will have a profound effect on your soul and your life. It says it symbolizes a period of transition and change, which makes sense because if you're fertile and you're planting seeds and or seeds are about to bloom, that is a change all in itself. So you need to trust that your intuition is going to lead you down the right path, the same way it led you to the path to plant those seeds in the first place. You just have to have patience while you are making those sacrifices and or are going to deal with the situation that is going to happen, right? It says the solution you seek may be slow coming, for it could be necessary to live into the answers, right? Which leads right to the powerful leader, and you leading with your discipline, your wisdom, your strength, and allowing that in. It says accept the things that you can't control, heal and leave the past behind. Move toward your future and watch for new doors opening and paths that are being shown to you. Okay? And the regular traditional tarot, it is the Hangman. So don't let opportunities pass you by. Don't let time pass you by. It's a means of using that time to reflect and insight and recognize what can I do for my movement. So that way the fertility of these seeds that I am planting and have planted can have the best opportunity of living. Which leads to our last one. Patience. Patience. Little sister. That was fucked up. Can I tell y'all a secret? I don't really like that movie, but we're gonna move forward. Y'all didn't hear that. This card signifies the need for patience, self-control, adjustment, moderation, and balance when dealing with others. Again, like I said, this whole entire tarot has been about your relationships with self and with others and how you are involved with them and the best sense of self, okay? It says this can be in the areas of how you think and work and how you handle school, recreation, the people in your life, or the spiritual path that's set before you. Okay? As a soul, you have more than one aspect of yourself to draw on for support. Like I said, you don't need to be clingy or needy for other people, especially if you do this. It's like this doesn't line up. You can also rely on yourself and your sources, which is why the intuition was the first card. It says it's all about integration and learning to blend and balance both the physical and the spiritual. Your ethereal being in a physical body enjoying the human experience. Therefore, since you are both, you should honor all of you. If you go through life denying yourself the joy of combining these aspects, you're missing out on so much of what the world has to offer. The question is, why accept a life that's half lived? That's the question. It says this card reminds you to open your heart and mind and allow yourself to listen to other people's ideas, thoughts, and perspectives. Which again, if you haven't listen to the full moon reading, it's again not riding rawhide. having a smile on your face and still being kind while you are still living in your purpose and going through. Not to do this to do because you're feeling a certain way. So you're feeling wrong or feeling harmed or anything. Lead with your intuition. Okay? It says blissful harmony can be achieved when everyone learns to work as one, which is why an army works well. Right? They are one sound, one mind, one band. I know that is not an army thing, that is from drumline, but still, if you're thinking about a drum line, they all come together collectively to make one sound, right? Because they're all of one mind. Is this one band? Oh my God, that is so corny. That's the truth, okay? And then we're looking at this card, you can see the patience of them having that seed in their hand and it now growing into something that is amazing. That is allowing them to have that balance of the inner and the outer, right? That is power, that is beauty, that is strength. And it says you'll become more aware of the miracles around you as well as the ones that you have a hand in creating. As the traditional tarot is the Temperance. Okay? So again, this isn't what's working for you. Not relying on your intuition, not feeding and nurturing your fertility, not recognizing that sacrifices need to be made, and not having patience while you are going through those changes and transformations, okay? But what is working for you, my little ones, is spiritual strength. Like I said, it's so powerful and it's so meaningful. Because like I said, it's that strength within. It's that water underneath the ground. It's that inner superior strength. It's that acknowledgement of that. It's that balsamic moon healing and doing that growth. So that way you can have that spiritual strength. As you see, this person is calm, but the spirit is still holding on. And it's calm as well. It's not stressed. It's not struggling. It's got its hand in the motion. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull that up. Okay, it says this card is coming forth to give encouragement and remind you that you have the inner strength to complete whatever you've been working on. This final spirit card, which is the final spirit card, sorry, the number is 9, right? The ending of something, the accumulation, like I said, your prosperity, your growth is coming. The answers may be slow, but the patience that you have will allow you to recognize that this is the end, okay? It says, this final spirit card represents courage, discipline, which also Proverbs said, stability, and persistence, okay? It says you may be tired or weary from the struggle, but now is not the time to give in. Instead, tap into all of your inner reserves for that one final push to achieve the desired outcome. You've been through so much to get to this point, and even though you may have acquired some scars from the battle, you're wiser and stronger for it. The enlightenment you've gained will be an invaluable resource, which is why people are going to be following you, right? Not even just a proverb, but the card that you have with the fertility and the abundance and the intuition of people wanting to lead and be inspired by what you are doing based off of what you have done. Okay? It says you may also notice that you're experimenting with different things in your life at this time. All of these experiences feed your spirit and offer you knowledge for the future. Okay? So that's why I said it's our time to have fun. It's time to reflect. It's a time to let go. It's a time to be loose and recognize that, okay? All right. And then the final card that we have is also a spiritual card. It is the crown chakra, okay? The 7, the top, the knowledge, the knowing. It says the key facts are the color is violet. The sound is nun or okay? Which everybody knows, okay? The element is thought, which is why I love that they said if those are also seeds that you planted were thoughts, right? Those affirmations that you've been saying, those questions that you've been answering, those thoughts that have been planted are now ready to bloom, so that way it can help you with alleviating doubt, stress, worry, clinginess, neediness, outside affirmations and things of that sort. It is the gland of the pineal. I always struggle with my tongue with saying that. And the key words are I know. I know it's working out for me. I know I can make it through this. I know I have quality friendships and relationships. I know I'm leading myself on the right path because I always have. I know. Okay? It says, this is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's the connection between wisdom and spiritual insight, which leads to the intelligence of the octopus. It says it is the crown center is the area where ethereal light and energy are received, like the feminine energy, being able to recept that and use it for your good, to heal things, to bring things to light. Okay, it says, and then disperse throughout your aura for total well-being. It says to balance this chakra, okay, I find that meditation, breath work, yoga, spiritual healing, acupuncture, and color therapy work best. But if you know of a different way to get your crown chakra in balance of knowing who you are, knowing what you want to do, recognizing it and doing it, do that as well, because there's so many methods in it. A wide world out there. Okay, it says when you properly align, your crown chakra will expand to a point where it's possible to access and tap into the deepest sources of wisdom. Okay, so that is what is working, that spiritual strength, that resolve, that recognizing who you are and what you can cultivate and manifest with just your words of being. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and get some final messages for the month of October for our water sign. Yes. All right, what are just some final words for the water signs for the month of October for Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio? What is happening for Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio for the month of October? All right. Shuffle it one more time. Let's see. All right, Spirit, is there anything else for Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio? Alrighty. So we got 4 cards, 4 little messages for you. So we have, I miss you, but you don't miss me. Don't long for the past you can't change or live there. Okay? So again, it's that yearning, it's that reaching, it's that wanting to intertwine yourself without recognizing boundaries. It's that not having the patience to sacrifice what you have lost and realization of having that growth and trusting your intuition of that, right? It's that meaning of knowing that what you want doesn't want you. So why do you want it? Like the question said, why do you want to live a life that's half lived? What's the point of that? What's the meaning of that? What's the purpose of that? So again, I miss you, but you don't miss me. Don't long for the past, as you can't change it and you don't live there. So again, it's a means of letting go and releasing, because you may miss something, someone, an opportunity, a thing, but it doesn't miss you. It has already moved on. It has gone to the person it was actually meant for, and you need to recognize that something else is meant for you as well. Because if not, you'll continuously have sneaky little bitches. I love these kinds of lead. And that, it says it will be coming out. Like I said, like the card said, it is a means of recognizing that the situation is happening and or will happening. Even if you think about the full moon reading, right? The fiery climax approaches. Right, full moon is about results, information, the accumulation of the past, the ending of the things, right, the 9, okay? So taking that in and recognizing that sneaky little bitches will be coming out, you have to also recognize that that is a sacrifice that needs to be made, because what you are looking for is your army. It says, I will find my community and they will find me. And it means if you continue to live in your purpose, right, like I said, maybe you want to do humanitarian efforts, civil efforts, maybe you want to start launching a little bit more on the aspect of your hobbies and diving into that, finding your community and they will find you. Recently I've been going to a lot of vegan festivals and just being indulged with that, and now that is leading even more into my life of having more of a community in that sense. It is powerful to recognize yourself and losing something It's not actually losing something. It's a sacrifice so that we can heal for the better the fertility that you are having, okay? Because what is next is good life. Goodbye. I meant to say love, and then I was also looking at vibes, so I said good life. Good love, good sex, good vibes, okay? Be ready. Like I said, the seeds that you have planted are now coming up. They're now coming alive. They're now growing because, like the proverb said, the water is under the ground. So that way, when it does come up, you'll have this army, this community of people that will be able to support you, that will be able to help you while respecting your boundaries and you respecting theirs. It is going to be amazing, okay? So that has been your reading for the month of October, my water signs. Okay, again, apply that to your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. That is going to be the reading for October 1st into November. Please, again, like, comment, share, and subscribe so that way I can continuously grow and thrive and share this information and news. Answer those questions, please, and thank you. And I love you guys. Until next time.